Well, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for coming. I'm going to need you to give me a hand and clap for being back in the office. It's good to be back. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Obviously, we started a couple minutes late. I was still trying to work things out. Let me know how things sound. I'm going to just check the audio right now because I've got my headphones down because I don't like hearing myself. But let me know how things sound. Let me know what you think of the setup. It's pretty much the same. Now I've got two monitors in front of me. I'm going to put up a picture on Instagram. So if you do follow me on Instagram, you'll see it. But yeah, we got a new setup, which is great. So I can actually spread everything out. Yes, Bradley. How are you, sir? And Shelby, good to have you here. Anybody else in the chat that's watching, it's all love all the time, as always. Thank you. I'm glad that I sound good. So yeah, we're back in the office, which is a blessing because as much as it was nice, yes, Alfie, big Alfie, as much as it was a blessing being in the front room because you just got to get it done where you can get it done, it's nice to be back in my office. I feel like I can sit in this chair and relax. Obviously, still busy times. Yes, Lisa Wagwan, big love as always. We all got work tomorrow, so I'm not even going to be out here too late, maybe a couple hours. But yeah, this is the new setup. Tell me what you think about these camera shots, because I'm trying to cycle through different colors, or at least different color temperatures, different ways to enhance how it looks. Just let me know what you think. Obviously, you can't exactly remember what it looked like last week, but we're trying to improve and as we move forward. But yeah, honestly, we're just gonna get back into some gaming. So yeah, let me know in the chat how your week's been. We're gonna get into some other streaming stuff a bit later on, but please let me know if you have any questions in the chat. Let me know how your week's been. The comic of the week is, or should I say book of the week is, Secret Wars. I had planned to do something and maybe we can spend some time like working out what that was going to look like later. But basically in Secret Wars, hold on one sec. Sounds fine to me, bro. You might need to turn that up still. I'll see if I can turn it up a tiny bit though. But yeah, anyway, in the Secret Wars, what's happening is the multiverses are colliding together, which sounds very dramatic because it is very dramatic because it's a superhero show. But the worlds are colliding. So the scenario is you look up in the sky and you see another Earth that's moving towards you. These things are called incursions. It's a very complicated story. I do plan to go into it a bit deeper next week, but the things that I had tried to do, I didn't have enough time, or I spent time doing other things in preparation for the stream, but didn't get that done. So the comic of or book of the week is going to get a lot more comprehensive as the weeks go on. But yeah, anyway, so the incursions are happening and it starts off with Reed Richards' children, but this is Reed Richards from a specific universe. I think it's Earth 616 that we're based on. And basically they're building something and it's basically a life raft to get them out because they don't really know what to do. All of the superheroes are dying. The Illuminati and the Avengers, or the members from the Avengers that are also in the Illuminati, which is another group in the world, they basically failed. So all of those superheroes are dead, and now it's basically up to everybody else. But at the same time this is happening, bear in mind the other Earth has the same idea and it's filled up with that universe's superheroes. So they're all trying to solve this problem. They had gone through and they had sort of destroyed a lot of different universes to try and solve the problem because that saved their Earth, but it didn't stop the incursions happening in full. So this story is happening because I'm sure incursions, I know a lot of different crossover stories. The incursions, because this is also the recent Secret Wars. There is a Secret Wars from like early 80s, which is a slightly different story, but we can get into that too. I don't have that copy, so we're going to have to work to get in it. Anyway, so the incursions are happening and basically they try to get on this life raft and leave, but they fail. Basically, Reed Richards loses everything, wife and kids gone, obliterated. Then they wake up They haven't solved the incursions, but now they're in a place called Battleworld, and its king is God King Doom. Why? I don't know. We have to read the rest of the book to find out. But that's what it's about. Trying to stop these incursions that are happening. I could do a better explanation probably next week when we go deeper into it. But it's stopping these incursions. It's kind of like if you were to think about the Thanos like storyline. It's kind of like trying to stop Thanos from coming, and then he clicks, and then you wake up, and we need to try and figure out what's actually going on, because we didn't die, but where are we? So it's sort of like that, and it's very interesting. So Secret Wars, look it up. This is the Brian Herbert version. The other ones I don't think were written by him. He's done a lot of other things. Am I saying it right? Sorry, not Brian Herbert, Jonathan Hickman. So yeah, look him up. Great, amazing artwork in there, and yeah, it's a great book. So Secret Wars Book of the Week is also going to be Book of the Week next week. If you can get a chance, go to a place in space in Croydon and go and pick it up, and then tell them that Josh sent you. They're my G's. Anyway, let's get into some gaming. Keep it chill and bruh. There we go. That's the right one. Anyway, where were we? We were trying to save Japan. Let me know how I sound. I've tried to boost my audio. I don't want to boost it too much because I don't want it to start sounding crazy. But let me know in the chat, Alfie. You might have to just turn it up. I know it's late in your house, isn't it? It's late in my house too because you're not far away. But yeah. So where were we on our way to? What were we doing? Let's go. Let's backtrack. So we're not on the main one. So what are we doing right now? A final request tracked. I put an end to several Ronin who attacked an inn. One of their victims survived long enough to say others were taken from the inn alive. I need to head to the nearby gorge and find her husband Older. If only I could have saved her as well. Cool. So we're doing side missions. We're saving dons as we do. So when I first started doing these streams, and I'm gonna stop yapping soon. Yeah, John Jones. We'll talk about that in a sec. I was saying, if you had to choose somebody to be on this mission with you from anybody, you're Jin Sakai, and you have a cold D to do this with, who would it be? It has to. You can't be like the craziest people. It can't be like the best version of Batman. But like, my one was Batman. Sorry, I'm concentrating. Batman post backbreak when he's in that prison. Bring him along. He's trying to get his strength back. Aye, this journey would be fun, mate. Let me get off. Kill the dog. These guys are wasting their time. Come on, boy. Moon stance is effective against brutes. Okay, young man. Let's go. Don't you just sometimes just like to make things more difficult for yourself? I do. Yeah, throw it near your boy. I wanted to take a nap before I did this, but I couldn't even. Ooh, Samwise Gamgee is a shout because he is a ride or die. Samwise Gamgee, bro. Damn, that's a good choice. I don't think people understand, yeah, how deep Lord of the Rings is. Like, objectively good film, objectively amazing story. Peter Jackson's version is objectively good. But some people just don't get that. If you're my age, I can't understand that. Or above. Or maybe even 5 years below. Younger than that, yeah, your thing, you might first have been introduced to this through the Amazon thing that came out last year. But there's certain things I see when I watch that Lord of the Rings, bro. Gets me in my feelings. I'm wrapped. One of the greatest, I mean, it is my greatest piece of content that exists. But that's a great shout. Samwise is lit. And the Jon Jones fight, it was good. That was easy for him still. He made that look very easy, which it goes to show why he's the GOAT, innit? It goes to show why he is the GOAT, man. And you gotta respect it. Also, people, please like and subscribe. If you haven't liked, hit the subscribe. If you haven't liked, hit the subscribe or like, whichever, based. Like and subscribe. Thank you. I'm getting better at this. Yeah, no, 100%. And to be fair, Sam can scrap. He's very moral as well, which is kind of like, yeah, you need that because he's not gonna make. He's gonna let. He's not gonna let you make too mad a decision. Obviously, Frodo was on his thing, so he kind of just left. But yeah, Sam is not gonna let you go. Come on, mate. I got a dub. I won at Fortnite today when I was at work. I had a 2-hour break in between streams. And I got a dub. That's what I was looking for. I need to get the timing on that better. We're aiming to get good at this game, you know. We're not just playing this to beat the story. We're trying to get better at everything we do. Every single aspect. We don't want to waste our time doing stuff. You get me? Do you know what? The argument with Jon Jones is a difficult one. If I have to be mature about it and not be like an arsehole. Because he is, like, crazy good. Like, if him and Pereira were the same size, it would be interesting to see what it would like turn out like in a fight, because Alex Pereira has insane pressure, but Jon Jones, he's a vicious fighter. He's aggressive. He doesn't necessarily look the same as like constant forward moving pressure, but this guy's spinning, kicking you, elbows, any inch that he can get or that he's in that void space, he's taking it, he's attacking you viciously. He's trying to like kick your obliques, knee you in the eye, poke you, do you know what I mean? Trying to see what those two, and he's the best in it. Like, if you're gonna look sort of like over time, because of the difficulty that you would have in his division over somebody like Demetrius Johnson, who's probably like the best in general, like outside of the UFC, mixed martial artists in general. The competition at Jon Jones's level is probably be a bit different and more frequent, and he did it at a young age as well. I don't know DJ's story as much. And yeah, but those are the types of things that tarnish his record and your image of him. Because yeah, you can be a bad fighter, but how much of that was influenced by drugs, innit? And now we'll never know. Because what he did to people like Daniel Cormier or, well, let's use Daniel Cormier as the perfect example because that's the best example or the biggest example at least. He did a lot of things to that guy, and that guy was like on the top. But that's the time he's getting accused of being on PEDs, so we don't know whether or not that had an influence. But now it doesn't matter because he already won those fights. Yeah, it's a hard one, man, because I'm trying not to be as like sort of annoying about it as I usually would be. Is this where we're going? Nearly. But yeah, man, like I want to see him fight Tom Aspinall for obvious reasons. It's easy to say he's ducking, but he's probably not ducking. Like in reality, he's probably taking the easy route, which is not necessarily ducking because he has nothing to gain from Tom. That's facts. Yeah, he might get money, but he doesn't have actually anything that he's going to gain, especially if he loses, isn't it? It's just like, well, it's a bit hypocritical because on the one hand, he came in as a young guy fighting old guys. Oh wait, was I not supposed to be heard? Alright, these guys are throwing fire at me. We're gonna have to take a different route. Oh, your fire needs to run out, mate. Yeah. Supplies! I can take you. You might should have had me dead by now. Weird though. This guy's just waiting. Come on, bro. I ain't trying to die, you know. I'm not. There we go. Give me that. Come on, bro. Wow. Yeah, I fluffed that one still. Come on, bro. Give me that. Come on, bro. I hate when I do that. I've just beat everyone and then I use the resolve that they gave me from their soul when I could have just waited and it would have been fine. Anyway.
俺のことより宿へ急いでください。妻が切られたんです。話したぞ。それで最後まで案じておった。そんな。
I mean, he'd get a big purse no matter what he did, which is why I find it kind of weird when people like him use those excuses. Like, you're gonna get bread anyway, no matter what you do. Even if you say, "Oh well, Tom isn't a draw," you are a draw. Yeah, you can have better draws when both people are as big a draw. But if Tom is saying, "I'm on it, I want all the smoke," I've got 8 points to spend, you know. Come on, man. Let's wait till we get to 10. I've got a counter here, but I don't even know what we should use it for. Alright, let's loot these guys as well. Is everybody staying hydrated? I have a drink of lemon and ginger. Is everything on the stream? Sorry. Is everything on the stream looking and sounding well? Everything good? Looks fine on my back end, which I'm going to keep open. Alright, where are we going? So we've done this. We need to go Ghost from the past. Oh, we need to go back. Damn, boy. Amazing. One of the interesting things about this Secret Wars, because you've got so many different multiverses involved. I haven't eaten yet, bro. I'm gonna eat it when I'm finished this stream. I'm probably just gonna walk to the shop and get some wings and chips or something. Yes, Hydration Nation, Shelby, you know it. There is a character who works in a group called the Cabal in this comic. And the Cabal, some of the members of the Cabal are Thanos, somebody called Tyrax, who was a herald of Galactus, Proxima Midnight, and there's a few other members. One of the members, however, is called the Maker. And the Maker is super interesting because the Maker is Reed Richards if he was like Bizarro World bad guy, and he's obviously working in tandem with Thanos. Like, I don't even have to mention everybody else. One, because I don't exactly remember, because it is a huge web. I'll show you what I'm talking about. These are the amount of characters that we have to play in the main story. It's a bit hard to see because my microphone's in the way. Hold on. I'm terrible. I'm actually terrible at this. Anyway, I'm going to get a scan. The members of the Cabal are Thanos, Black Swan, Terrax, Namor, Proxima Midnight, Maximus, and Corvus Glaive. Corvus Glaive is one that we saw in... Yes, Pink Van Man, how are you, bro? Corvus Glaive is, if you Google him, one of the guys from... Do you know what's so mad? I wasted my whole time doing that. I've been in the pip, so you couldn't see it anyway. We'll come back to that later. Corvus Glaive is one of the people that comes with Thanos in the Endgame movies. He ends up dying. In this, though, however, completely different. Anyway, so this is a Bizarro World Reed Richards, and he is on smoke. Let me see if I can get you an image of what he looks like. Because I had one earlier, and my intention was... My intention was to show you with a few different overlays, but we're going to go and try and do it right now. How's that sound? I didn't hear anybody answer, but anyway, thank you. I'm going to do it anyway. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just going on Canva because I have the image. Actually, no way, I don't even need to do that, because there is a PNG online. But this version of Reed Richards, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because he's a G, and his story is very complicated, but he looks really cool as well. His name is The Maker. He is just on a different level. Amazing. Now we got it in. Let's see if we can put it over. Let's change this actually then. There we go. This is what The Maker looks like. If that isn't cool, yeah, I don't know what is. To me, I should have had that on a button. Like, the plan is to have it like come and pause. Pause on that, major pause. I kind of want to have it like pop up, like boop, and then you'll have another one like Doctor Doom or something. And that's the way we go through it. But yeah, to me, knowing that that's Reed Richards from the Fantastic Four, wild. Such a sick like outfit, everything. Just looks like a G. Knowing the base powers, knowing the intelligence that comes with it, and the lineage that comes from Reed Richards, if you know a tiny bit, which I'm learning about now, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I literally started reading it yesterday morning in preparation for this, but this is next week's book of the week, as well as this week, sorry. This is next week's book of the week, but then we're actually going to deep dive into it. Didn't get to write any of the notes I wanted to because I left with a book and no pen. Genius, mate. But yeah, that's The Maker. Really cool looking guy. He's just a cool guy. That meme is very funny, I'll be real. But yeah, what was I doing? Because I keep getting this wrong. Alright, we're back in the game. Sorry. I don't even know what that detail was about. Cool. Are any of you following the story? You're just letting me go off on tangents. Okay, I gotta go to my dad's house. It's right next door. So that weird thing on top of his head is because he is injured. Yeah, so he's got scars on his head. Story time. Just a chill guy. Yeah, that Reed Richards, I'm just reading a bit about him now. He's the ultimate Reed Richards, although he's a villain.
いつか司祭を聞かせてくれ。
雅子様だけですか？
Trying to find an image for you.
石川先生も。
もう何年も無沙汰しております。相変わらず尊大なお振る舞いなのですか？
ああ、未だにな。だが弓の腕は別格だ。
ご本人もいろんないかと。
酒井様、お戻りで。
急ぎなのだ。百合の世話をしてくれておるそうだな。
世話されてるのはこちらの方です。
太一や鎧を持ってきておくれ。
頼む。俺は墓に。
Get me my drip, boy.
草むしりが住んでおらぬと。
申し訳ありません。
若様が戻られたというのに見苦しいではないか。
すぐに済ませます。
後回しでよい。それよりも鎧を整えておくれ。
Can tell that I'm not focusing right now. Where did they go? There they are. Okay, they're just slow. Never mind. How's the stream looking? This guy, bro, we're in 2024, fam. What are you doing? I need some more graphics than that, boss man. I'm not feeling that at all. Sorry. Oh, he gave it to me. No, he didn't. He didn't. Never mind. Sorry. I was really enjoying myself earlier when I was making some of these inputs. Because it's quite fun. Like learning how to do this. That's why I didn't have this one prepared. Okay. Where's the drip? Where's the drip? Sorry. Because I do want to get on with the story. Did he give it to me? Visit your father's grave. It said it on the screen the whole time. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. 200 meters. Okay. Yeah, this one looks a bit wonky, yeah. But so that's what he looks like without the mask. Alright. Got a visit to my father's grave. But yeah, so that's what he looks like without the mask. We can read what his bio is shortly, if you like. I think that's always interesting. So wait, why was that guy just digging around? Were we just wasting our time and we weren't supposed to follow them and this is where I was supposed to go the whole time? Oh yeah. Time for a flashback. But would you imagine that that guy that you just saw in that image is Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic? Crazy. Based, if not, or in fact. Don't do it. There's only two options. Oh wait, there we go. How could we make this stream better, people? Nobody's answered me. How's your week doing? You happy to be back in the office with me? Have you subscribed? Yeah, we're gonna skip through this. I just want my drip and we can move along. So, whatever.
絵のもみじ玉のを消えて遠ければ我の身一人残りおるなり
There's a new Batman Arkham game. How long would it take us to do a Arkham run? Like, if we planned it ahead, how many hours? Do you reckon that's a thing that you can beat in a day? And yeah, I really enjoyed the Batman Arkham games. Those were really good back in the day because they had the sick fight mechanic, which is what you need. Where am I going now? What's going to be the story? What's going to be the story for that? I mean, we'd obviously have to go through all three games, but like the early first two probably are the ones I'm talking about. And I'm pretty sure there's more than three. Oh, look at that drip, dog.
ジン手を貸さんかお前は死ぬのが衆生のためだ
Yeah, I'm thinking of like Arkham Asylum, not City. I mean, those ones are good. I don't even think I've played that one. Yeah, I mean, 50 hours to complete the main story, for real? That sounds sussy Barker, to be honest.
若様
どうした
いえ、ただめまいがしただけ。今若様がてっきり。
Yeah, 11 hours. I can do that in one stream. One 11-hour stream. Bomba clot. Yeah, man. Next year, we're going to be going for it. We're going to be using our time well. Worn by the greatest of the Sakai clan. For the leader of the Sakai clan. Previously worn by Jane's father, Kazumasa Sakai. That guy must have been a G.
勝負しろ。
Bon Kai.
成功を見せてやろう。
Gonna toy with this one for a bit. Let's get a perfect parry. I'm not even gonna say anything. I could have got up. I probably could have got up from that.
音がした。
ああ、そうかい。
あっちに誰かいる。
見に行く。雄三様の読み通り、里帰り。
うちに戻れると思うな。
He didn't expect me to get back up there. I needed that perfect parry, you know. That was close because I'm about to die. What am I? Let's go. I think I'm slouching too much. What's going on right now, guys? Have I lost my mind? I can't imagine a Marvel game being good. Besides Spider-Man. I'm just a chill guy and I'm dying. Alright. I'm not dying again. Just a chill guy.
怪我はないか。
島の民よ、 また槍川が面倒なこと
I'll be
槍
honest,
川の反乱は二
I don't
昔
really follow games that well.
あやつらは
That's why I don't know
手下だ
if these games are good.
そうでしょうとも
I've been playing games very sparingly the past few years, but now it's time to go back deep.
湖の
Season 2
木へ舞う
of the Fighter Spirit gaming streaming workshop is going to be Bloodborne. Gaming, mate. It's going to be big. It's going to be big.
毒草を
We're here
育てている
first.
と言ったな。
ネズミよけでございます
Doing this new thing called live
人
streaming,
も殺せぬか
in case you haven't heard
使
of
う
it.
など
どうなのだ。
強力な毒はひどいものです
うん。
殿
Ah, she's on that B.
しばし座りましょう堺の者は毒など使いません
猛虎と戦った堺がいようか。
Shelby, are you any good at using Google
使え
Sheets
る
or
手立て
Excel?
は使わねば。これ以上の犠牲は払えぬ。
猛虎が若様を変えたのですね
この世が変わったのだ。
母から教わったのは薬草と死にすら至らしめる毒草食べさせねばなりませんがいかにして毒を盛るのです
気張りを使う。唐国の僧がある源氏の
You don't have to do the World Championship. In case you guys didn't know, alright, I'm gonna pause the audio for this. In case you guys didn't know, yeah, there is a World Championship of Microsoft Excel, and there's also speed runs of how to create things, and one of those things happens to be a block from Minecraft. If you don't believe me, go and Google it yourself.
まずは筒の素材がいるな。
ああそれならば川下の辻に足が生えていました昔足を束ねて
When we
小さな
stream, me, you,
船を
and
作り
Brad
ま
are
した
gonna have to learn how to use Excel because we're gonna do a scoreboard system, and we need to use Excel with it at the same
あそ
time.
こにはもうこの野営がありますゆえ
案ずるな。足を取ってすぐに戻る。
ここで待っております
Games, yeah, are just so genius, and the people who make them are even bigger geniuses. They build games in a way to show you can go in this direction. And you know when you can, and you know when you can't, and it's super subliminal, but they always just get it right. Genius, man. That's why I say it's easy to get better at games because they tell you how to play them. If you play the game how they intend you to play it, you will be a success. Yes, Chris can snipe. Of course, that's who I need help from. The person who told me about this in the first place. But welcome. Thank you for coming. This is... That was brutal. He didn't see me. Just a chill guy. Where did that meme come from? That meme is amazing. gave man the tunk. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to maybe go into him. Nah. I'm about to die. Oh, that was close. Hey, that was a point blank explosion. Yeah, man, thank you. I appreciate you coming. All right. Just a cool guy. I'm just gonna loot you real quick. Okay, I do have sticky bombs, baby. Trying to be smart. All we're trying to do right now, gather some resources, and then we're gonna go and go wild. I mean, they're welcome to come inside. That's not what we're doing. We're staying focused on the goal, and it's to get some supplies. I want to hit somebody with a kunai right now. Ooh, maybe I could. Do I have enough time? Do I have enough time? Whoop. Good luck, guys. Oh, that didn't even hurt anyone. That was a major play, but that, yeah. Yes, the trotters are quite high. How do we actually do this? Okay, defeat the Mongols, eliminate a war camp general, recover Sashimono banners, bonus kill an enemy during the standoff. Okay. If I had probably just fought them, I would have been fine. But if you want to do a standoff, we can. He twitched like 3 times. I thought they could only twitch twice. I ain't trying to do stealth right now. I want to fight. I want to fight the guys. I need to get better at certain things. They saw me. That hurt. I cannot fathom being hit with a sword. We actually live in good times. Imagine that. There was a time when you never knew what was going to happen. I mean, I do live in South London, so sometimes it's a bit give and go. But what I will say is, a sword is different. Listen. You should be paying attention. You should be paying attention. You lot are just letting me get loaded up, and you shouldn't have done that. He did it right in front of you. You didn't learn anything, and that's why you died. That one there, vicious. Vicious, young man. We can't get him, but we can get his attention. Maybe we can get the dog. I'm a sick person for finding that funny. You don't hurt animals though, obviously. What's your fight nickname, bruh? That's what I wanted. That's what I was trying to do. This guy's a coward. That guy wasn't even a boss, he had loads of life. So, you weren't thinking, mate. Which one the AI gets so good we can't even do that? Why would you leave a loot box in the middle of a bridge just out? Oh, this guy, he should have been wearing a helmet. Oh, my shots are crap. Let's go, boy. I wanted to kick him off the bridge.
Ready?
Did he take one of those and then run away? Am I bugging out? He have to get free. Shouldn't have come to work today. This is the day when you had that feeling to call in sick. That was today, mate. Stupid, bro. These guys, they don't even want it anymore. They're running away. They're afraid of me. The Mongol leader is not dead. Okay, I can't even kill. The leader's dead. But they didn't tell us. So, real. R.I.P. that guy. Tried and failed. Who's next? I want us to watch the Ghost of Tomo trailer. Banner. Free up the town. Interesting thing about this game. The timing doesn't line up as the same, but the Mongolian invasion of Japan actually did happen. They tried in 1274, so it's like 800 or so years ago, 700 and something. The thing that I found quite interesting about it is, obviously, as we know from the game, because the game is based in real life, they failed, so the Japanese were able to hold them off. But it goes back to why, or what were the motivations, because they were able to do what they were doing. The Mongolian Empire was one of the biggest historically, but they couldn't get into Japan, so they made it to South Korea, obviously back then, just Korea, or probably even called something else back then, but they couldn't make it into Japan. But the interesting thing about this game and what Jin Sakai represents is the first barrier. So he was the first. Let's say if we elevate Jin Sakai to, alright, love Alfie man, get some rest bro, have a good day at school. If we kind of like look at this from a bigger perspective, or like metaphorically, Jin Sakai and all of the people who existed at the time, Jin Sakai not being one of them, in real life, they were the first and final stand in some way against the Mongols. Because if you look on a map, and I'm not going to open on stream today, I'm going to get a map in the next few streams. We've got a lot of this game to go through anyway. So, actually, no, wait, better yet. This is Tsushima Island. On the right of Tsushima Island is Japan, and on the left of Tsushima Island is South Korea. Having invaded South Korea and done whatever they did, had the control that they had, they now wanted to move into Japan because they're an expansionist. They're on expansion because that's what they do. The Mongol Empire was continuing to grow. So they sent some letters to people in Japan saying, yeah, we didn't get no delegation from you, because I'm sure they have people that are listening, whether they're spies or just normal diplomats or whatever. And this is a real letter that I was reading. So the ones that we're reading in our collections, let's say, for example, is it in records? Conversations with the Khan. These are similar to things that are happening in real life. Let me see if I can find it. So I haven't read through the story, so we're going to go to something and read the letter itself. But essentially, they had to basically come down through Korea because that's the closest landmass. You don't want to have to go over the sea forever. You want to save your resources. Less time at sea, the better for that. They've had to go down through Korea, and then their landing station, I assume from a strategic perspective, would have been Tsushima Island, because they can bring everyone there. That's their docking station. They've got a channel through Korea and that general area, because they probably controlled China at the time, or what is China now, or they were at least warring states. I don't know much about history. I'm making this up from sort of like loads of different bits of information and trying to deduce what their reasoning was. But Tsushima Island is the landing station. If they can get Tsushima, it's going to be so much easier to send reinforcements and just load up. Let's say they can load up as big a force as possible and say, we're going for Japan, we're going to overload them. That would have been the key site to take if they wanted to be successful. And in the story that we're going through, we stopped that, and that's what this is kind of telling in some ways. So the letter stated, and tell me if you can hear me or not, and we're going to take a break in a second because I'd like to get a drink. That's not tea. Basically, I'm going to start reading. So this is just a little bit of context. Let's just read through the whole thing. Why not? So we're learning about the Mongolian invasion of Japan. Major military efforts were taken by Kublai Khan of the Yuan dynasty in 1274 to 1218 to conquer the Japanese archipelago. After the submission of the Korean kingdom to the Goryeo to vassaldom, so they became vassals of the Mongolian Empire, ultimately a failure, the invasion attempts of the are a macro historical. I'm not reading more. Sorry. Ultimately a failure, the invasion attempts are of macro historical importance because they set a limit on Mongol expansion and rank as nation defining events in the history of Japan. So they rank as defining moments in the history of Japan. Sorry, I'm not reading that well. The invasions are referred to in many works of fiction and are the earliest events for which the word kamikaze, meaning divine wind, is widely used, originating in the reference to the 2 typhoons faced by the Yuan fleets. The invasions were one of the earliest cases of gunpowder warfare outside of China. One of the most notable technological invasions during the war was the use of explosive, hand-thrown bombs, which we are employing. So these are all factual events that are going to sort of embolden or sort of make the story a bit more deep. We know what the story is trying to tell, but the accuracy of the things that we're using to stop this invasion is quite interesting. In 1265, a Goryeo, I don't know if I'm saying that right, it's a Korean word, citizen told Kublai that the Mongols should bring Japan to vassalage. Kublai agreed and appointed Huek Chuk and En Huang as envoys to Japan. They were ordered to go to the Goryeo and take with them an envoy as well. They delivered a message to the Wonjong of Goryeo. I don't know who that is. Who is that? He's the ruler of the dynasty of Korea. And 2 of his officials, Sun Kun-bi and Kim Chan, were appointed to join them on their journey. So they're going to Japan on an envoy. On the departure, they were met by a storm, and the king sent the Mongol envoys back to the Yuan court. Kublai was unsatisfied with the outcome, and he sent Huek Chuk back, ordering Wonjong to forward the Mongol envoy to Japan. Yi Changyong, a Goryeo minister, attempted to dissuade the Mongols from their plans on Japan. Kublai sent a general yeah, they were V power. They were on crack, bro. Yi Changyong, a Goryeo minister, attempted to dissuade the Mongols from their plans of Japan. Kublai sent a general, Yu Ya Sondao, to demand that Yi Changyong and Kim Chun, the 2 most influential officials of the Goryeo, be brought into the Yuan court. Kim killed Usa Sondao, so he was like, bruh, rip. This frightened Wonjong, who did not want to offend the Mongols, but he dared not lay a hand on Kim. Having gone unpunished, Kim and his family started showing disrespect towards the king. Wonjong and Im Yong, an official who hated Kim, summoned him to court and killed him. Right, so this is the amount of pressure that the Mongolians are putting on them is causing them to have internal issues because they can't even get word over to Japan. Crazy. So they're on their way, but there's a lot of mess along the way. Upon reaching the Japanese capital, the Mongol and Goryeo envoys were treated with disrespect and were not allowed to enter the gates. They lodged at a place called Tajabu outside the west gate of the city. They remained there for 5 months with poor entertainment before being dismissed without receiving an answer. Crazy. You men are going to wait out here and you're just going to wait. Kublai could not believe that his envoys had been treated with such disrespect and suspected that this was a ruse by Wonjong. So he sent Huek Chuk back to Japan, this time accompanied by the Goryeo envoy, Sim Sa-jun. The envoys had not returned by 1268, but ultimately left after their letter was rejected by the Japanese. I thought it was going to say they didn't leave in 1268 because they were killed. Anyway, the letter said, "The Emperor of the Great Mongols, being commissioned by heaven, hereby respectfully presents a letter to the King of Japan. From time immemorial, rulers of small states, the borders of which closely adjoin, have always endeavored to maintain friendly relations with each other and have manifested mutual respect and trust. On our part, from the time of our forefathers, have received the mandate of heaven and have ruled the universe. That's crazy, because what did they mean by universe in this context 800 years ago? Innumerable people in far-off lands have learned to fear our power and have longed for our virtuous rule. When we first ascended the throne, the innocent and helpless people of Korea had suffered for long from military struggles, the ones that we are causing, obviously. That's an ad-lib for me. We therefore ordered a cessation of hostilities, restoring their land and returning the captive Koreans, young and old, returning them to you yourself, because now you've obviously invaded them. Anyway, this is the letter that I was talking about that they've sent, saying, listen, Korea knew what time it was, you should know what time it is. Put that in the context of the fact that they failed the invasion based Japan facts. In gratitude, both ruler and people of Korea now present themselves at our call. Although the legal relation between ourselves and the Koreans is that of sovereign and subjects, yet in feeling we are as father and children. We assume that your highness and your subjects have known this. Korea is our eastern tributary state. Japan is located near Korea, and since her founding has time and again established relations with the Middle Kingdom. However, since our ascension, you have not yet sent an envoy to our court, nor have you indicated a desire to establish friendly relations with us. We are afraid of this because your kingdom has not yet been well informed of this. Therefore, we now set a special envoy bearing our state papers to inform you of our desire. We hope that henceforth you will enter into friendly relations with us, and that both our people and yours will enjoy peace and harmony. Moreover, the sages consider the entire universe one family. Therefore, if we should not establish friendly relations with each other, how could it be in accordance with the doctrine of one family? Who would care to appeal arms? I hereby leave the matter to your highness's careful consideration. In early 1269, another mission of 70 Koreans and Mongols arrived on Tsushima, demanding an answer from Japan to the Khan's letter. The imperial court wished to respond to the Kamakura shogunate, but the shogunate overruled them. A letter rejecting the Mongols' demands was drafted, but never delivered. These guys on smoke. You gotta respect the Japanese, bruh. That was our lesson of today, but I thought that was quite interesting. You lot are trying to reach out, but boss man, that's not what we're on. You lot came with disrespect. You pillaged. You did your thing, and we don't respect it. So, no, we're gonna leave you lot out there. You can chill there, because we know what time it is if we invade you. He failed in art school too. Yeah, but we don't respect it, and it's not based, so yeah, get wrecked. The immortal horse. Hey Shelby, you're gonna like this tune that plays in the break. We're about to go on a break once we find out what this next mission is. Just a quick one, 10 minutes.
Yuri.
若様、失礼いたしました。殿のことを思い出しております。
I'ma do it. I'ma be the man. I'm him. Himgus Can.
吹き筒と針が揃った。あとは毒だけだ。
Excuse me.
では参りましょう。こちらへ。どうぞ。薬草を育てるために作った小さな野営があります。そして毒草も獅子をも殺す強さです。
猛虎を殺せる強さにしてくれ。
How's the colors look on the camera? Does everything look good? Yeah, it's coming up. When we get there, because these missions, I remember this kind of boring. So it'll be nice to get this out of the way. You're 1 hour ahead, aren't you? Let me know what time you think would be the best. Everybody in the chat, if you can, let me know what time you think would be the best to stream. Because I know we all have things to do in the morning. And I want us to all get there and be successful doing them. But I'd like to spend some time online with you also. Oh, Lisa, you're gonna like this tune too, man. The backlight will pop up lovely. Okay, say no more. Do you have any in mind?
若様はここで志村様を殺めかけたのですよ。
何?
I need to get something like
3つか
down
4つ
here.
の頃、
I want to be looking
志
like
村様が
4K,
小
bro.
樽の扱い方を教えてくださっていたのに、若様は蝶々に夢中で。
思い出した。おじ上の目を打ったのであったな。
志村様と殿は息ができぬほど大笑いされておりました。
父上が笑ったとはな。
お母上が病になられる前は、若様にも笑いかけておいででしたよ。こちらです。
Okay, cool, cool. I mean, I guess you guys aren't really going to sleep too early anyway, but
ござと焚き火。野宿するのか。
I'm gonna stream again this week at some point. Because Little Man and the Missus are not here, so
俺が積もう。
give me the flowers, girl.
お母上に花を贈られましたね。
母上は綺麗に
Why couldn't I pick those flowers up?
それで十分。こちらへお持ちください。
待たせたな。
いいえ、まず種を抜き取り、実を砕く。
Alright, let's take a break now. I'm gonna grab a drink. Guys, take 10 minutes. We're gonna come back, listen to this tune. I'm gonna put it on loop. I really like it. It's by Rob Araujo, same as our song from last week. But yeah, enjoy that and we're gonna come back.
できました。
I'm sorry to ruin your fun, yeah. One day I'm gonna do a DJ set. Just jams. Just jams, mate. And it's gonna be on stream. But we got a blow dart. Who should we get first? Oh, we got blow. You don't get to run, boy. Maybe you do. DJ BPM.
お怪我はありませんか？
案ずるな。始末はつけた。
No, I don't know. DJ PAL or DJ NTSC.
俺もたまに
DJ 1080p, 1080i.
そろそろ屋敷に戻ろう。
その前にこの場所を片付けましょう。
あまり無理をするでないぞ。
まあ、子供扱いとは老体のできることは心得てます。
他の毒も作れるのか？
全く落ち着きのないお方。もう一つございます。
I think next week I'm going to try a lower latency stream because the gap between you guys talking and me is probably a bit too big.
役に立ちそうだ。よし、いい子だ。
Okay, so we've done a lot of the main bit. I think we got a big mission coming up now. Because we're dripped out, even though I don't like that face mask. That's not drip. That is not based. This is very mid. It's not supreme. I'm just on the normal latency setting. Yeah, just on normal.
だったかしら。赤くて落ち葉。いえ、花びらがあったはず。あ、お花だ。違う。思い出せない。母上がいらっしゃってくる。若様、何か召し上がります。
飯は結構だ。
You're lucky I can't take that dumb mask off right now. No disrespect to the tradition and that, but I just don't
花でござい
want to
ま
mess
す
with it.
覚えておいででしょ。私が墓所で育てていた花。
掃除したのは覚えている。父上に何度も水を汲みに行かされた。
鍛えていらっしゃったのですよ。お体と祖先を敬う心を、花を覚えていらっしゃいませんか。
彼岸花か。
そうでした。
Ah man, I don't want to do this mission.
量があれば
Too late.
ネズミを狂わせるような毒を
Damn, it's too late for me.
お互いを殺し合う恐ろしい毒を。
大義のためだ。人にも効く強さにしてくれ。
若様がそれほどおっしゃるなら、どこで花を詰めるかよく覚えております。行きましょう。
この森覚えがある。子供の時に来たような。
お母上の末後に
母の死を受け止めきれず、この森へ逃げてきたのだ。
お母上はここがお好きでしたから。
日暮れまでずっと母を探したが見つからず迷子になった。
3日も行方をくらませて、お父上が見つけた時は虫の息。
父上はお怒りであったな。
若様を守れなかったことへの怒りですよ。幾度も戦場に立たれたお父上が、あの時ばかりは一人息子を案じてどうしない。よもすがらご捜索を。もうすぐ墓所に着きます。
I don't even want to think about that, bro.
叔父上のように咎めるであろう。
さようでしょうか。殿曰く、志村様は頭が固すぎて本質を見極められないお方だ。殿は心が豊かでした。
心が豊か。父上が。
若様も同じでございます。
待て。
死者を汚すとは。
ここにいろ。
Here you, For Lalik's sake, Gafgai!
Gave him the jump beforehand. I'm Neo, bro. This computer just doesn't think. Now I'm gonna go back to my auntie because you should have just not played around with me. Making my auntie crawl around. How dare you? Auntie, stand up, man. Well, there's more. Nah, surely you should have learned to put a helmet on, boss man. He didn't try. He'd given up. Hey. The little man is struggling to sleep. My baby boy, young Barnabas.
おい動く口張ったあっちゃった
Damn right, boy. I can't wait to be gaming with my son, bruh. You better know to get good, boss man. Zero mercy out here. Oh, my enemy. My biggest enemy is these guys. I hate them. Just for that one reason, man. Okay, fair enough. Yes, bro. I appreciate that, man. Enjoy your sleep. Shelby, I'll see you again next week. Thank you very much for joining. I appreciate it. You guys are great. Also,
彼岸花を
peace.
探してよいぞ
どうしてここで探すのです？
お主が植えたのであろう
ああ、ここではありませんでした。はあ、久しぶりなもので、他の墓所でしょう。大場君のご一族のすぐ近くです。
She's taking me on cemetery runs.
ユリ覚えておるか確か俺が6つの頃この森の悪夢を見たことがあった
夢ではありませんよ。怯えていらっしゃったので嘘をつきました。
まことか男が叫んでおったな
あの夜、従者と館に戻っていたところ、賊に襲われたのです。
賊とは穏やかではないな従者は震えておったろ
ええ。ですが、殿のお姿に
父上になぜだ
老頭と共に賊を追い払ったのですが、すぐさまお一人で追いかけられて、その後遠くから悲鳴が。夜明け前にお戻りになられた時は全身が血まみれ、殿をもののけと見まがう者もおったほどです。この湖に見覚えは？
よく座禅をしに来たな
落ち着かなくて。
お前は岩になれと申したが俺は泳ぎたくてな
岸からの眺めは格別です。若様、こちらへ。この老体を休ませてください。
Aye, this part of the story is dry. I remember this before, man. Come on. Just tell me where to go.
今じゃ騒がしいのは私の方ですね。 この湖には良き思い出がたくさん詰まって
That means it's nearly been 2 hours.
騒ぐこの相手との
We're on a run.
母
It's
君
good.
が若さ
Thanks for
を
joining
見
me,
守っ
people.
ていらし
Even
た
if you
折
come for
よ
5
く散
minutes.
歩に
Just feel like you can
そ
come
ろ
and
そろ
chill
行
out.
かねば
We're here to learn about streaming, which we're going to do in a bit once we
元
get
服
past
さ
this
れても
boring
ま
bit of the
だ
story.
岩にはなれるのですね。
また
So we
座
can
禅
set
に
up
通おう
for a
その
more
後
interesting stream later on in the week. Maybe tomorrow,
ええ
maybe the day after
若
that.
様、
It's between now and Friday. But we're also going to talk some tech. Nothing major. The plans are still coming together. I'm still like working out in my brain how to actually deliver this and to discuss these ideas. But we're getting there. Do you know what would have been kind of cool? It would be really hard to have done. For one reason is that to get a kill counter, to see how many kills it takes for Jin Sakai to free Japan. But you could go back and count them all. But knowing from here, like not including times that I've died, like times when I've just won. No, that's impossible because then I'd have to just beat the game without dying. Yeah, how many kills did it take me to progress? That would be interesting to know.
墓を壊した上、先達の魂まで怪我しょって。
早く花をお集めください。見ておられません。
Them man are snagans for kicking over graves, you know. That's peak. That's where they're gonna get poisoned, mate.
黄泉にいる叔母上も嘆いておられよ。槍川の乱で死んだ勇士らの墓にかような仕打ちとは。
420. I still need to eat after this, man. Damn. I thought I just locked myself in there. Grandma's gonna make, or auntie's gonna make me some poison.
毒をこしらえるには十分ですが、これでお別れと思うと。
志村家の墓所が近いな。
滝の見えるところです。さあ、参りましょう。
This better be like a joke, and this is the third time I have to travel with auntie, and then it's done. Or did we get snuck up on? No, we didn't. We're based.
正し様、楽しき遠出にございます。
正しと言ったか。
私が乗馬姿がそっくりですから。
父上と出かけておったのか。
馬の乗り方を教わっただけです。
前方猛虎がおる。
お待ちを。毒をこしらえてみましょ
う。どのような毒だ。
恐ろしいものです。人を獣に変え、仲間すらも容赦なく殺すようになります。
よし、頼んだ。
よし。
急げ。
Yeah, let's go. All right, we'll do some tech talk after this.
こちらを。私はここに。
I'm gonna use this on a big guy. Should I just run in? This is where the latency needs to be lower. You use it on the bird. Tweaking.
しかし我らは規律を守ることで民の模範にならねばならん。武士の模範にもな。
猛虎が去った後、この毒は無用。
He's lying to
全て捨てる。
Oh, that guy wants it. Oh, I'm so confused. All right. Need to stop. Yeah. Oh, mate. Tried to wait for the parry. Paid the price. It's a good bit. This is a good place to start once we've done this, though. But let's think about it. Let's go a different way. Because I could have easily just used the 2 dots. Wow. And that took grass fire. Well done. step.
Hoi! Arvo! Zipsige Bild! Technik!
Yo, that was peak. Let's get something. Let's get something. Okay, hallucination dot. That's good. Whoop. This will be the last time. I'm getting it. I understand now. Gotta start with these. Didn't hit him. That's a set. Certainly good. Can't believe I wasted 2 dots. But we done that. That's a perfect time to segue into a different part of the stream. What we're gonna do, find a place to kneel down. Where should we go? Just running nowhere. All these bodies for auntie.
出だらしにしたはずでは。
族ではない猛虎だ。
あら、ここからでは見えませんでした。
She's sneaky still. She's gassing. I know her eyesight is 20/20.
調べていただけますか。
遠慮は無用だ。見てみよう。
Amazing. Let's change tune. So, that's another good stream. Coming to the end now. But we would be doing a disservice if we didn't spend some of that stream talking about streaming, which is what we're going to do today. So I had a little change of mind. And if we look at this image here, I've changed something, and it's very subtle. I've added a tiny bit of information as well. But I've made a very subtle change. And what I did was I changed the name, and before it was mid-level setup and low-level setup or whatever it was, but this is just the basic setup, because these are live streaming is interesting because the way you employ technology and ideas is the same at every level. In a sense, you wouldn't use something you didn't need to use. So for this level of streaming, there are huge companies that are worth millions and billions even that just use an OBS setup with Elgato because it's about the purpose of why you're live streaming. So that's one thing we always have to think about when deciding what to live stream and why to live stream. Obviously, if you're just getting into it, or you just have a simple idea, a basic setup is all you need. What I'm using right now is more than enough for the type of stream that we're doing, but it works. So it allows us to look forward to things that we can't do, because my computer isn't the best, but it works for this. But when we get a more robust computer, 2025, once we get some more work, we'll be able to try a lot of things, because vMix allows you to do things like replays, and replays are kind of like a look in the future at a slightly different type of technology, because whilst the vMix can do these things at a high level, there are pieces of hardware and just a sort of slightly upper echelon of technology that exists that is the replay system that vMix employs, but to the max, for an example. But at the level we're at, we can look forward and we can also always look backwards. So again, this is looking backwards slightly because it's just a little bit less and the capabilities are a tiny bit less, but you can still have a powerful stream. There's people who use OBS to do 4K streams. OBS, Open Broadcast Software, is what we're going to be using if we look sorry, in the image under the section where it says streaming computer. That's where we'd be using OBS, which is a piece of software to encode our stream, which means in essence to change it to a language that can be transmitted to a social network like YouTube, which is what YouTube is. I think because of the way we use YouTube, we kind of look at it, or maybe it's just me, we look at it in a sense of it's a video sort of file server, when it isn't. It's a social platform where people make long form or short form content. But I think it's always good to bear in mind that that's what YouTube is, and there's a lot of strengths that you can gain from the fact that YouTube is a social platform, because there's norms, there's metas, there's a lot of things that go on in general that you can pay attention to help bolster your stream. But to the point of what I was saying, your OBS on your computer is going to help you to reach YouTube by encoding that information into RTMP or whatever, the language that the system needs to ingest it and sort of spit out the iframe. That's what it's going to do for you, and you don't need the top level equipment to do that. When you're trying to aim for like 4K lossless quality, really low latency. There's a lot of technology that enables you to do that, but when you don't need it, you use something like a basic setup. So I don't want to call it a low level setup because it's not a low level. There are no levels to this. There's only needs and there's only desired results, and loads of different equipments can get you to those results. You have to do some more testing, and sometimes it takes a lot more for a specific product to do the type of thing you want. So you could do this stream that I'm doing now in OBS quite easily, but then if we wanted to really ramp it up, it would probably be doable but a lot less accessible unless you were really in the guts of those programs, which is where you get when you sort of go down the road and you continue learning them. But we just have to bear that in mind. The reason sometimes, and I'm sure this applies to loads of different areas, why you pay for more for something in a certain area is because it gives you better accessibility or performance in other areas. So we're going to continue looking at this image and diagram and discussing it as the weeks go forward. But I think we can get a lot of information out of this because, again, I wanted to sort of be quite broad with the headings, and we're going to continue to grow week by week with this. But your streaming computer can be anything. It doesn't have to be a Mac. There are some minimum requirements, and those are always things that you can find out from YouTube. Let's say, for example, for OBS, your computer would need a minimum to be able to run it, but once you have that, you're able to live stream. If you're trying to get into your computer, you just have to bear in mind how you're going to do that. So we have capture card, but there's loads of different capture cards that you can use. So don't be closed-minded, because again, budget is one thing, locality is another, because sometimes you can't even get technology in certain parts of the world. If we were going over to like South Africa, for example, and I'm sure Brad, if he was still here, could attest to this, it's not as easy to get some technology out there as it would be here. It's just more expensive, so you'd go for a different option. So that's why we need to think broad with these headings and not think, well, I need the HD60S from Elgato to achieve this. There are other things that can change a HDMI signal into a USB input so you can use it as a webcam, and in OBS you can build it up from there. So there's loads of different ways to do it, and using the mindset of openness when approaching live streaming is the best way to get good results, because it will keep you trying at new things. It will keep you open to new ways of solving problems. And again, I'm not necessarily the best at that. I sort of more tend to observe and ask questions because I'm around a lot of really talented and technologically astute people to that they can handle things better. But we always have to be open-minded. Also with the social media side, YouTube is good for some things, Instagram is good for some things, LinkedIn is good for some things. These are all social media platforms. They're all good for different things. You can stream to all of them in slightly different ways, which we can go forward with or sort of and look at in the future. But everything has its own different use, and there's ways or there's reasons why you would use one piece of technology over another, go to one platform or another, with everything. And those are the things that we have to bear in mind when we're thinking about live streaming and thinking about how to get our events off. So let's bear that in mind. Let's make sure that that's the one thing that we constantly think about, open-mindedness, when sort of coming with our creative brief and with using the technology that's available, because again, one, there's budgets to think about, and two, you're not limited. There is so much out there in new technology, old technology, merging the both, that will allow you to get to your goal. So having a really clear idea and understanding of what it is you're trying to achieve and having an open mindset will help you to achieve whatever it is that you're aiming for. But for what we're doing, keeping in mind that we're only trying to achieve a small talk and a gaming stream with some overlays, a basic setup is great. But the reason why I wanted to bring it up today is just to make sure, well, or at least to just make note of the fact that I've changed my own view about how to look at that and how we label things. So it's not low level, it's just basic, and it's fit to purpose. So again, we'll approach this more next week. I've slightly updated the image from how it was last week, and next week we'll talk about what your responsibilities are and things that you have to bear in mind when you're live streaming. Obviously you can take a snapshot of this if you want. You can ask me, I'll send you the image. But next week we'll look at your roles and responsibilities and what you're supposed to do or bear in mind pre-stream, whilst you're live and post-live, because each stage is slightly different. And as somebody who's engaging in this myself, I'm learning a lot about it and how difficult it is to continuously add and grow and stay on top of things. But I'm enjoying it. It's good. It's a lovely journey. I'm enjoying myself loads, and I think it's improving week by week. So we can only continue learning. I do thank you again for joining me. I really appreciate it. I thank you for spending time for me. I hope your mind can grow the same way mine is growing in this channel, because it's not all going to be gaming. The gaming is a part, it's a focus, but it's going to expand. So hopefully I'll have some more information on that next week, because I've had some ideas this week that I would like to put down and plan out before I sort of give myself too much. But one thing I will say is we'll have some clips next week of a podcast that I attempted to make a few years ago, that my friend Cordell helped me to shoot, and we're going to sort of project that into the future and see where we can go. We're going to create our own Fighter Spirit multiverse, and we're going to sort of use different avenues and techniques of streaming and sort of strategies to become successful in slightly different areas, covering different subjects and topics, bringing different people in and out. But it's going to be good. So we'll talk more about that next week. I am going to stream again this week in the next couple of days, but that's probably just going to be a light gaming stream, because I kind of want to be done with Ghost of Tsushima, if I'm honest. But maybe this part of the story is just boring. We did just get onto a major big bit, so it is good. We can go back to that. I mean, I'm not totally averse to it for another 10 minutes or so. But yeah, that's what we're going to have to look forward to. That's what we have to look forward to in the next few weeks. Again, I appreciate you all coming. Let's see where we are on the mission status now. Yes, we freed up the gang. I can't even do this mission. But yeah. I can't even change the mission. That's a bummer. Alright, well. We're going to stream again later on in the week. I appreciate you all for coming. I hope you come again next week. Please make sure you've subscribed if you can. Share this video if there's people that you know that are interested in technology, or technology is too broad. Yeah, Lisa, hit me up if you have any questions. We can go over everything. Let me know if you have any questions. You can DM me. Again, feel free to share this with people. This is for educational purposes. It is free. I do provide consultations as well. I'm actually out here doing this for a job. So I do want you to get your live streams off the ground, and I want you to have success whilst doing it. So please feel free to hit me up at any time. My email is in the description. And I'm looking forward to next week when we do this again. And excuse me. Do you know what's mad? I'll say this last thing. It's not even interesting, which is mad. The stream was all week. This pad is a new PlayStation pad, because the one that I have was broken last week. So when we were playing Ghost of Tsushima, it was with a broken pad. And the only reason why I know that is because I tried to play Fortnite after, and my character was just walking forward like relentlessly for no reason, and the pad is now broken. I think down the line, because I have a couple other things that I want to fix, we're going to do it on the stream. We're going to fix the pad, which is down here. I have an Xbox One that I purchased maybe a year ago, maybe a bit more than that, that's broken, that we're going to fix, and we're going to backlight a Game Boy Advance. We're going to start with that one. But yeah, that's what we're doing. It's going to be good, I'm telling you. In the next year or so, to the moon, boss man. But again, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. I hope you have a great week. Make sure you get some good sleep and rest on top of that, because they're not the same thing. and stay blessed. And again, I apologize for not speaking into the mic continuously, but you're all cool. Love you loads, and I'll see you next week.